Okay, hello everyone. Guys, today we're going to look at two ways to count. I know it seems kind of weird, but sometimes counting can be harder than you think. In this video, we're going to look at the fundamental counting principle. In the next video, we're going to look at factorials. Okay? Guys, today's objective, we're going to learn two methods of counting. All right? We're going to use your fingers and your toes. All right, today's essential question: how do we count outcomes and events, which are difficult to count? Sometimes things are hard to count. Okay, and guys, the notes assignment is a little different today. All right? Guys, just to review, remember we talked about probability. It's a ratio, it's a fraction. All right? The top part of the fraction are the events that we're measuring. We're counting how many times that event happens that we're interested in. So we have to count the events. And the bottom of the fraction is all the possible outcomes. All right, and sometimes it's kind of hard to count all the possible outcomes. So we have different techniques we use to count. Okay, that helps us calculate probability. That's why we're studying it right now. Guys, the first one, I'll move this over here, is called the fundamental counting principle. And I'm going to read it to you. I think the examples are simpler. But if you think about two independent events, we're not talking about probability here. We're just counting how many events. If there are m ways for one event to happen and n ways for some other event to happen, well, then there are m times n ways they can both happen. All right, look at the examples on the right side here. We're making a sandwich. I have 5 kinds of bread and I have 8 kinds of meat. So just with those two, I can make 40 different sandwiches. 5 times 8, I can make 40 different combinations of bread and meat. And we can actually go 3 deep. If there's different kinds of cheese, if there's 6 different kinds of cheese, we can multiply that in there too. Now there's 240 different combinations of sandwich that we can make there. Okay, that's the fundamental counting principle. All right, and just think of a dice. 2 dice. Remember, each one, there's 6 different sides. There's 6 different outcomes for each one. So multiply those two together. We got 36 total different possible outcomes of 2 dice when you roll 2 dice. And we learned that before, okay? Guys, here's an example. If you have 3 shirts and 4 pairs of pants, well, yeah, you have 12 different outfits that you can wear. There's different combinations of shirts and pants that you can wear, and there's 12 of them. Or another example would be you have 6 flavors of ice cream and you have 3 different cones. All right? 6 times 3 is 18. There's 18 different single scoop ice cream cones that you can offer. Okay? Or that you can make. Different combinations of ice cream flavors and cones. Guys, again, like I said before, it also works if you have more than 2 choices. Like if you're buying a car, it has 2 different body styles. You got a sedan or the hatchback. And you can pick 5 different colors here. Okay? And there's 3 different models you can pick. There's kind of the standard model, the sports model, or the luxury model. Right? Multiply those out. 2 times 5 times 3. Right? There's 30 different choices. Let me put this over here if you can't see it. All right, it's like a tree diagram here. You can see, if you count all those down here, there's 30 different choices that you can make. All right, you just multiply 2 times 5 times 3. Because remember, this only works if all the choices are independent of each other. If one choice affects the other, then simple multiplication is just not quite right, okay? Keep that in mind, and we're going to talk about that a little bit in the next video. But just as kind of a preview, look at the same example we just looked at with the car. Suppose the salesman says, you know, you can't choose black for the hatchback. All right, well then of course things change. This side over here, all right, this side over here with the sedan side, you can still get 15 choices, 5 times 3. But this side over here is limited. It's only 4 times 3, not 5 times 3. So you just have to add that in. You can't just multiply it out. So you end up with 27 choices. All right? All right, guys, that's it. Go ahead and fill out the notes assignment and complete the summary. Those are in the top green folder. Guys, prepare for the Zoom vocabulary meeting. There's 4 vocabulary words. They're listed right here. Let me go a little wider here on that. I'll bring them down here like that. Okay. Guys, and you didn't get all those definitions in this video. You didn't get them. They're in the next video. But if you come to the Zoom meeting, you'll get them in there. I'll give them to you. Okay, we'll talk about these 4 vocabulary words in the next Zoom meeting. All right? That's it, guys. I'll see you in Zoom.